Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So far, we have defined our simulation box, added water molecules, and introduced ions into the system. Now it's time to move on to a crucial step, energy minimization. This is the stage where your system relaxes and gets ready for the real upcoming dynamics. This energy minimization tab that we have specifically designed for the process helps you carry out the minimization step that's part of every conventional molecular dynamics simulation protocol. In simpler words, this process removes any bad contact or steric clashes from your structure before we move on to equilibration and production runs. The tab, as you can see, has two main sections. The first section generates the TPR file. Basically, it's a binary input file needed to run the energy minimization process. And the second section usually launches the minimization process. Before starting, all I want you is to make sure that you have the following files ready before you start the process. First and foremost, you must have this MDP file called as em.mdp. This file contains the minimization parameters that will help GROMACS to execute the minimization simulation. It might look something like this. You can pause the video and have a look at the commands that are there in this em.mdp file. Next, what we need to have is the updated topology file, that is in form of this topol.top. And finally, we will need a GRO file from the previous ion addition step, and that is usually named as boxsolion.gro. It must be somewhere over here, this file, boxsolion.gro. So once these three files are in place, well, now let's begin with how is that we proceed for setting up the minimization simulation as such. So let's begin with the very first section. You can simply click on this browse button for loading the respective MDP, GRO and topology file. So let's get started with loading the required file. So once you click the browse, the first file that is needed to be loaded is the em.mdp file. We need to load it first. Then let us load this GRO file, your boxsolion.gro file, and you need to upload the topol.top file that correspond to the topology of your system. Once everything is set, you can hit this generate TPR button. Hitting the generate TPR button will execute the GROMACS grompp command in the background. As you can see over here, this is the GROMACS grompp command that was executed in the background. You will notice the execution console on the right that I have shown you, that is updated with the progress message. Now let us see what output are generated in this step. Once the command completes successfully, which is usually carried out by this code that is provided by GROMACS. GROMACS reminds you, if you see this code, that means the command has run successfully. So since the command has its output now, let us see what is that it has generated recently. So this TPR file that has been newly generated is in form of your em.tpr. This is the file that has been recently generated. So this file is basically a portable binary run input. It contains everything GROMACS needs to start your minimization. For example, it contains information of your structure, topology, and all simulation parameters. Now, once we have made sure that em.tpr has been generated successfully, now it is time for you to move on to the second section of this tab. Simply click this Run Energy Minimization button, and clicking this Run Energy Minimization button will execute the GrowMax mdrun command in the background. GrowMax will now begin minimize the energy of your system. Gradually it will adjust atom position to remove any unfavorable interaction. And my friends, as while the process runs, as you can see, it will move up, right? While the process runs, you can keep eye on this execution console, and you will see a series of steps and energy values being updated as the minimization progresses towards completion. Once minimization completes successfully, GrowMax will display its signature message, GrowMax reminds you, which means that your minimization was successful. Currently, as you can see, we have successfully completed our minimization, and GrowMax has provided you with its code. So in summary, my friends, let us recap that in the first section we generated the TPR file, and in the second section we actually run the energy minimization using mdrun command. After this step, your system is now fully relaxed and ready for the subsequent equilibration. And that's how easy it is to run energy minimization using this graphical user interface. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your lab mates or fellow researchers. Up next, we will explore steps involved in generating the index file and applying position restraints. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.